father, an excellent husband. He'd be one of the softest, kindest, most sincere people you'd come across. Sure, he likes a bit of
I don't think there's any argument that you're married to a good racing driver. Are you married to a good husband?
Tremendous. He is a fantastic father, an excellent husband. He'd be one of the softest, kindest, most sincere people you'd come across. Sure, he likes a bit of the worship that he gets from other people.
Hero worship?
Yeah, very much hero worship.
This is what you'd call Brockmania. At any racetrack, find the biggest crowd and you'll find Peter Brock. Always ready to oblige the fans. For some, the attraction is his racing skills. For others, it's more physical.
Oh, I think he's quite a spunky-looking guy, actually. I really like him. I followed him for years in motor racing. I think he's the most horniest guy around. I think he's done great things for motorsport in Australia, and we need more guys like him.
Peter, it's a fact of the game that you're in that racing drivers are seen as sex symbols.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen yourself that way as a sex symbol?
No, I haven't. But I'm happy to say Bev has occasionally.
Well, he's the image of what a tremendous number of female would like to have. And there's a hell of a lot of them around there who make sure they let him know that that's exactly how they feel.
You must be aware that women find you very attractive.
No, it's always a source of great surprise to me, and something which I don't mind hearing, but occasionally it's popped out, and I think, gee, that's nice to hear. I'd rather enjoyed hearing that.
You come to Bathurst, when it's over, whether they've won, whether they've lost, everybody likes to let their hair down and relax, have a few beers, and enjoy themselves. Now, that is the time where the girls at motor racing really go for him. It's tremendous. We all want Peter, and because they see me as the big bad ogre. And the girls will get up to stunts to try and get me out of the way.
If there's competition out on the racetrack, Beverly Brock will tell you there's plenty of it after the checkered flag.
Now, I don't keep tabs on him. I mean, he's his own individual. He's entitled to do what he likes, and it certainly doesn't worry me. In fact, if anything, you become somewhat cynical and you think, oh, that poor demented bird.
Beverly, are you saying they're scheming to get him to bed?
To get him to bed, to get him around the corner on his own. They have no particular qualms about where they get him, as long as they get him. I mean, there was one girl at Bathurst one year who followed him everywhere. She wasn't leaving his side until she had him, and she said, that's it. And when he went to the men's loo, and she followed him to the men's loo and stood at the doorway, and there's only one doorway. And you think, and I mean, he's there for the sole purpose of hoping that somebody's going to get rid of her. I mean, it becomes quite a joke. You can laugh about it.
To a generation of fans, Peter Brock typifies the glamour of racing. Men who drive their cars hard and fast. He's been winning in this country for 20 years, and now he's taking a little of that Brock magic to the rest of the world. He's come to Hockenheim in Germany to have a crack at the biggest names on the European circuit. A long way to go for a race, but as Brock sees it, it's another challenge.
I think basically responding to a challenge or a dream that I've held for, say, the last decade, where I've felt that we're capable of coming over here and demonstrating that Australians and their machinery are capable of being competitive throughout the world.
Is it waving the flag?
Oh yeah, absolutely. 10/10 waving the flag, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
And to help him make the dream come true, Peter Brock chooses as his partner an old enemy, Alan Moffat. It's the most unlikely team. Two men who never really liked each other, on or off the track.
As Peter mentioned, we never saw eye to eye. We weren't looking at each other.
That's right. I mean, Al and I were really totally, completely committed to winning races, and if that meant beating Alan Moffat or Alan Moffat beating Peter Brock was the opposition, that's what we did because we're both competitive, single-minded people. But having put us together in the same team, he's not a bad bloke. He's all right, thank you very much.
They've got their egos in neutral, and the boys from down under reckon they could be a winning team.
Vom Mobil holten Leader-Team in Australien, genannt Peter Brock und Alan Muffet, die ja in diesem Jahr einige Rennen der Tourenwagen-Europameisterschaft mitfahren wollen, die zu den schnellsten überhaupt in Australien.
Are you at all daunted at going out onto that track, knowing that you're against some of Europe's best?
Not really, no.
Doesn't faze you at all?
Doesn't faze me at all. I think that all you can do is to say, let's get out there and give it our best shot.
Are you as good as them?
I think so, yeah. I mean, I've had no problem sort of dicing amongst them and slipping by the odd guy when he's made a bit of a mistake.
Sometimes getting the maximum performance out of the man can be a lot easier. Halfway through the race, Brock strikes engine trouble.
Let's get the oil surge. I need a quart at least.
This time, the champion duo from Australia don't win. At Hockenheim, they must be content with 5th place. But you can be sure they'll be back to try another day.
When do you think you'll stop racing?
I think when I reach that stage of saying this is a chore and I've got to think about it.
What if your wife asked you, Peter, I want you to stop racing cars? Would you do that?
No.
Would you like him to give up racing?
No. When he's ready to, yeah, sure. As long as he's happy, I've got no desire for him to give it up at all.